The sun was shining, the waves were crashing. It was summer, and cousins Lily and Max were staying at their Grandma Rose's cottage by the sea. The cottage was small and cozy. It smelled like salt and seashells.
Lily and I loved exploring the beach. We built sandcastles and chased crabs.
Grandma Rose would watch them from her porch swing. She always had lemonade and cookies ready.
One afternoon, Max and I were exploring the attic. We found a dusty old trunk. It was filled with Grandma Rose's things from when she was young. There were old photos, faded dresses, and a worn-out diary.
At the very bottom, we found a wooden box. It was a chemistry set. It had glass bottles filled with colorful liquids. It also had a little book of instructions.
Lily and Max were excited. They had never seen a real chemistry set before. They carefully lifted it out of the trunk. They blew off the dust.
I opened the instruction book. The pages were yellow and crinkly. The words were written in a fancy swirling script.
Max started to read aloud.
This is no ordinary chemistry set. It's a set for making magical potions.
Magical potions? Do you think it really works?
The book described many potions. There was a potion to make you invisible, a potion to make you fly, and even a potion to turn back time. The potion that caught Lily's eye was the potion of youth. Lily read the instructions for the potion of youth. It sounded complicated, but she was determined to try it. She carefully measured the ingredients. She added drops of this and pinches of that, just like the book said. The mixture bubbled and fizzed. Finally, it turned a beautiful shimmering gold.
What should we test it on first?
Just then, Grandma Rose's old dog, Fido, wandered into the attic. He was a big, lazy golden retriever. Fido was a good dog, but he was getting old. He slept a lot and didn't want to play fetch anymore.
Let's test it on Fido. Maybe it will make him a puppy again.
Do you think it's safe?
It can't hurt to try.
Lily carefully poured a few drops of the potion into Fido's water bowl. Fido lapped it up, completely unaware of the magic he had just consumed. At first, nothing happened. Fido continued to nap in the corner. Then he started to twitch. He stood up and stretched.
Look! Fido's moving!
Suddenly, he was bouncing around the attic like a playful puppy. His tail wagged so hard that his whole body wiggled. Fido was young again.
Max, it worked! The potion worked!
Lily and Max were ecstatic. Now Lily could use it on Grandma Rose. Lily knew that Grandma Rose missed being young and active. She often talked about dancing and traveling. Lily wanted to give her back those golden years.
I'm going to help Grandma Rose feel young again.
Lily snuck downstairs and carefully poured a few drops of the potion into Grandma Rose's afternoon tea. Grandma Rose took a sip and smiled.
This is delicious, Lily. Thank you, dear.
A few minutes later, Grandma Rose started to feel strange. She felt a tingling sensation all over her body. She looked down at her hands. They seemed smaller, smoother. Her wedding ring slipped off her finger and clattered to the floor. Lily and Max watched in horror as Grandma Rose started to shrink. She became shorter and shorter. Her hair turned from gray to blonde. Her wrinkles disappeared. Soon, she was a teenager giggling on the floor.
What have we done?
Max panicked.
We have to reverse the potion.
Lily frantically flipped through the instruction book. She found the antidote for the potion of youth. It was much more complicated than the original potion. It required rare ingredients like moonflower petals and dragon scales.
Where are we going to find dragon scales at this hour?
Lily thought hard.
We need someone who knows about magic, someone who can help us.
They raced out of the cottage and down to the beach. They had to find someone, anyone, who could help them before it was too late. The sun was starting to set, casting long shadows across the sand. Suddenly, they spotted an old fisherman mending his net. He had a long white beard and twinkling blue eyes. He reminded Lily of the wizard in her favorite fairy tale book. They ran up to him, breathlessly explaining their predicament. The old fisherman listened patiently to their story.
Ah, the potion of youth. A powerful elixir indeed, but magic always comes with a price.
He reached into his bag and pulled out a handful of shimmering seashells. He crushed them into a fine powder and mixed them with seawater.
Give this to your grandmother. It should slow down the effects of the potion.
Lily and Max thanked the fisherman profusely and rushed back to the cottage. Grandma Rose was now a toddler, crawling around the living room and babbling happily. They gave her the fisherman's potion. To their relief, she stopped shrinking. The old fisherman soon arrived at the cottage carrying a small, ornate box. Inside was the antidote, a shimmering blue liquid. He gently coaxed a few drops past Grandma Rose's tiny lips. Slowly, she began to grow, changing back to her old self. Finally, she was back to her loving, grandmotherly self.
Oh my, what an adventure.
Grandma Rose hugged Lily and Max tightly. She was overwhelmed and confused, but thankfully unharmed. The old fisherman explained everything to her, chuckling at the surprised look on her face. That night, after Grandma Rose was safely tucked into bed, Lily and Max learned a valuable lesson about magic and responsibility. They realized that even with the best intentions, meddling with magic could have unintended consequences. They decided to leave the chemistry set untouched in the attic, content with the magic of the sea and the precious memories they were making with their grandmother. The summer at Grandma Rose's cottage was a summer they would never forget, filled with adventure, magic, and most importantly, the reminder that some things are better left untouched, and true love and happiness are found not in magical potions, but in cherishing the moments they shared with their family.